bringing it to life to reveal a faint signal. Flickering, it hinted at distant activity beyond the desolation outside. Joran worked swiftly, repairing a battered communication device with deft movements despite prior malfunctions. The mechanical whirs and clicks echoed gently amidst the bunker's cold silence. Power surged through the device. Static gave way to a clear, urgent voice broadcasting warnings. Ash storms were converging fast, threatening to seal all exits and trap anyone still wandering in the ruins. The news brought a crushing weight. The relentless ash storms would soon enclose all paths, compressing precious time for their escape. Shadows lengthened outside, embracing the horizon with grim inevitability. Suddenly, a breach tore open a bunker wall, spilling in hostile scavengers, their eyes gleaming with desperation. The fragile calm shattered as danger pressed into the confined space. A tense standoff erupted. Mira stepped forward, negotiating with steady resolve while Joran readied his mechanical arm, muscles coiled for swift defense. Firelight flickered over faces etched with suspicion and grit. Seizing a moment, Kala darted past, drawing the scavenger's attention with quick movements. Elias activated a hidden defense mechanism, ancient gears grinding and whirring within the bunker's walls. A blinding flash erupted, accompanied by choking smoke, engulfing the intruders and forcing them into a temporary retreat. The group used the chaos to regroup, hearts pounding beneath the shroud of orange firelight. Elias revealed a secret exit, long forgotten and barely concealed beneath rubble. They hurried through it, surfacing into a wasteland still smoldering under an ash-darkened sky, senses alert for what lay ahead. Mira's gaze lifted toward the horizon, where a faint brightening battled the oppressive ash clouds. It whispered of rumored safe zones, a fragile glimmer of hope in a broken world. The group stood before a crumbled wall, its stones worn and edges jagged. Amid the decay, a faded emblem matched the intricate design of Mira's pendant, confirming they had found the location they sought. The rising ash muted even their footsteps, and the flickering firelight cast soft orange hues across the scarred surface. Inside the safe zone, the survivors toiled under ashen skies, working tirelessly to rebuild amidst ruins. Their cautious glances met Mira's group, wariness tempered by the shared goal of survival. The cold shadows faded slightly in the communal firelight, where warmth brought brief respite to hardened faces. Gathered around a crackling fire, Mira lifted her pendant for all to see. She spoke softly of its meaning, a symbol of alliance and hope that once united scattered factions against the darkness. Her words stirred quiet determination, weaving a fragile thread of trust through the gathered survivors. Meanwhile, Joran knelt beside worn machinery, his mechanical arm clicking and whirring as he adjusted delicate gears. The device groaned back to life, its function vital to the community's survival in the ash-choked air. His steady hands and mechanical strength became a beacon of progress amidst decay. Elias, seated near the firelight with weathered map in hand, shared tales of past storms and lingering threats. His deep-set eyes held knowledge that helped the survivors prepare for what lay ahead. The stories stitched together history and warning, sparking cautious hope beneath the muffled silence of ashfall. Young Kala moved among the children with quick, nimble steps, teaching them survival skills she had learned on the journey. Her dirt-smudged face lit up with pride as she passed on hope alongside practical lessons. The safe zone, though fragile, began to feel like a place where new life could take root. As sunset crept across the horizon, Mira found herself atop a ridge overlooking the ash-covered land. The flickering firelight from below contrasted with the dimming sky, the cold shadows giving way to subtle signs of change. The landscape shifted slowly, whispering of renewal after hardship. In her hand, the pendant glowed warmly, its soft light pulsing gently against the darkening sky. The ash began to clear, revealing a tentative blue above, a fragile new beginning. It was a moment filled with quiet promise, a signal that hope could still flourish amid ruin. From their vantage point, the group watched distant fires burn low, their orange flames swallowed gradually by emerging patches of green. The earth beneath the ash stirred with life, revealing signs of restoration amid the fading destruction. It was a delicate balance between past scars and future growth. With a steady breath, Mira turned back toward the settlement, her resolve firm beneath the warming sky. The path ahead was uncertain, but she was ready, to rebuild, protect, and nurture the fragile horizons stretching before them. Together, they would face the challenges to come beneath rising ash clouds and hopeful firelight. Anna's morning began with the familiar scent of freshly baked bread wafting through her kitchen. She glanced out the window and noticed a golden maple leaf fluttering gently to the ground. Deciding to seize the calm, she slipped on her shoes and stepped outside, the crisp air filling her lungs. The park nearby was her sanctuary, especially under the sprawling branches of the ancient maple tree. She sat down on the worn wooden bench, watching children play and dogs chase after frisbees. An elderly man approached, carrying a small sketchbook and a kind smile. "Mind if I join you?" he asked softly, settling down beside her. They exchanged brief introductions, the warmth of their conversation matching the autumn sun. He showed her his drawings, delicate sketches of leaves, branches, and the park's old bench. Anna shared stories of her childhood visits to the same park, memories blooming between them. Suddenly, a gust of wind sent a flurry of vibrant leaves swirling around their feet. "Looks like autumn's putting on a show for us," the man chuckled. She laughed, feeling a lightness she hadn't realized she'd been missing. Time slipped away pleasantly, their worries momentarily forgotten in simple companionship. As the sun dipped lower, painting the sky in pink and orange hues, they rose to leave. "Thank you for sharing this afternoon with me," Anna said, her smile genuine. "The pleasure was all mine," he replied, handing her a small sketch of the maple tree. Walking home, Anna held the drawing close, grateful for the unexpected friendship. Sometimes, she mused, all it takes is a leaf to start a new chapter. With the city lights twinkling ahead, she felt ready for whatever tomorrow might bring. In the village of Eldenbrook, a strange glow flickered one cold evening from the heart of the ancient forest. Leora, a curious young girl with eyes like dawn, couldn't resist following the mysterious light that danced between the trees. As she stepped beneath the gnarled branches, the light pulsed brighter, revealing a lantern suspended by a whisper-thin thread. "Who lingers here at twilight?" Leora called softly, her voice part wonder, part caution. The lantern hummed a melody, a soft vibration that wrapped around her like a gentle breeze. Suddenly, a tiny figure stepped out from behind the tree, a sprite no taller than her hand, its wings shimmering with moonlight. "I am Elen, guardian of this enchanted light," the sprite said, voice tinkling like bells. "This lantern holds the last whispers of forgotten dreams, fading from the world as time passes." Leora listened, heart tightening, as Elen explained that without dreams, hope would one day vanish from Eldenbrook. "But how can we keep dreams alive?" Leora asked, longing to help. Elen smiled. "By sharing stories, lighting fires of imagination in every soul. The lantern feeds on the spark of belief." Determined, Leora gathered the villagers, urging them to tell tales and remember hopes, bright and bold. Night after night, the village square filled with laughter and stories, the lantern glowing ever stronger. The ancient forest seemed to breathe again, its shadows less ominous, its secrets weaving into the fabric of their lives. One evening, Elen whispered, "The light is growing, your stories have rekindled the world's magic." Leora nodded, her own heart alight with the ember of every dream shared. As dawn painted the sky, the lantern lifted from the thread, soaring above the treetops like a tiny sun. "Farewell, dear friend," Leora said, tears glistening. "Carry our dreams wherever you go." Elen winked and disappeared into the morning haze, the glow fading gently, but never gone. And from that day onward, Eldenbrook kept a lantern burning in every window, a beacon for dreams, whispered and cherished forevermore. A fierce storm drove Mira's small boat toward the jagged coast of an island that wasn't on any map. She clung to her oars as waves crashed, finally collapsing on the rocky shore, breathless but alive. The island was silent, except for the whisper of the wind weaving through twisted trees. Mira stood, brushing seaweed from her hair, spotting a dim light flickering through the dense forest. Curious, she ventured toward the glow, her footsteps crunching over dry leaves. Suddenly, a low growl echoed. A shadow slipped between the trees, eyes gleaming. Heart pounding, Mira remembered the stories her grandfather told. This was the lair of the island's guardian beast. But the light called her onward, promising answers tied to the legends she'd chased all her life. Deeper in the woods, she found a clearing where the light came from an old, intricately carved lantern hanging from a stone pillar. Beneath it, an ancient map etched into the rock, showing a hidden cavern beneath the island. The growl returned, closer this time, but as Mira reached for the lantern, a large wolf stepped into view, calm and watchful. She lowered her hand, meeting the wolf's eyes. Instead of fear, she saw a knowing spark, a silent invitation. Together, they made their way to the cavern entrance, the wolf leading confidently, as if this place belonged to it alone. Inside, tetrahedrons of light from crystals guided their path through twisting tunnels. At the chamber's heart, Mira uncovered a cavern of shimmering stones, their energy humming beneath her fingertips. The map revealed the stones held power to calm storms, why her boat had survived, why she had been drawn here. As she touched a crystal, the wolf nuzzled her hand, as if approving the island's secret keeper was found. Mira lit the ancient lantern again, promising the wolf she'd protect the island's secrets and respect its fierce guardian. The storm cleared, sunlight breaking through the canopy. The wolf vanished into the shadows, the island now peaceful. Rowing home, Mira smiled, knowing some adventures are not just about discovery, but guardianship too. Evelyn Drake arrived at Greystone Manor, her red scarf fluttering in the cold breeze as the silhouette of the clock tower loomed overhead. The air held a chill, mirroring the unease she felt about the recent strange happenings reported here. At the doorstep, Thomas Hale greeted her warmly, clutching a stack of old letters he'd found hidden within the manor's vast library. His sandy hair was tousled, and behind his glasses, his eyes sparkled with curiosity about the manor's secrets. Inside the grand hall, the clock tower's hands eerily stood still at 3:15, casting long, distorted shadows over the peeling wallpaper stained by time. The dim, warm light was beginning to fade, tension creeping into the corners of the room. Evelyn studied a faded